Hey, what's up YouTube? I'm back with another video on Ark Survival Evolved, and in this video I'm going to be showing the best ways to counter OSDs, tips and tricks to help you win more engagements, and I'm going to explain what I do to counter OSDs. If you enjoy or learn something new, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. If this video gets 100 likes, I'll upload another video on Monday. When countering OSDs, the first thing you want to do is figure out a way you can close the gap. That could be either hiding in bushes, any way that you can close the distance between you and your enemies, so that way it makes it easier to engage at a specific time that you would like. Whenever I'm countering OSDs solo, one thing I really like to do is bring some turrets with me, so that way if anything does go bad, I at least have somewhere to retreat to. A lot of times if people start chasing you on tech suits, you can run right over your turrets and they'll die to those. When countering OSDs, what I always try to do is kill people as quick as possible with the least amount of effort or the least amount of engagement. So basically, I'm going to hide, wait till the very last person cryos, and then that's the person I'm going to prioritize. At this point, like, most of their friends will already be flying away, and there's always that last guy that waits a little too long. All of his friends are going to try to leave with the loot, and this guy is stuck behind now trying to cryo. When you engage with someone, you always want to try to get them separated from their friends. Not only will this play into your favor as it makes it an easier fight, but whenever they come back, they're going to be coming back with all the loot that they just got from the drop. And once you kill them, you're more than likely going to get even more stuff that the other guys picked up from the OSD. Once the last guy is cryoing, I now know this is my time. A big thing about countering OSDs is knowing when to engage and when to be patient. You always want to wait for the best scenario possible, but you don't want to play too cautious to the point where you miss out on opportunities. I noticed that they were probably overweight and not able to fly away on the wyvern, so they were both just standing there. I netted the wyvern so that way I could pop a gig and they would have to cut free to be able to get away. I figured they probably weren't going to be on tech suits, so if I popped it right on top of them, I could just run and kill them afterwards. With that Giga raged, I knew it was getting off cryo sickness, so I hopped off mine. That way, if it did get enraged, I wouldn't die. Another thing I would recommend when countering OSDs is try to be as quick as possible. Whenever you kill someone, don't sit around to look through the loot. Their friends are going to be coming back and trying to save whatever's left, so you want to get your stuff and you want to get out of there as quick as possible. Once you've already gained some loot, it's better to just secure the bag and make it out with what you have than risking it and fighting more people just to get killed and lose it all. Another thing I would recommend doing is if you see someone flying away on a slower tame, follow them till they get away from their friends for a bit. Sometimes you can see what terminal that they're going to and crafting dust in, or you can just catch them farther away from their friends and kill them easier. My favorite way to counter OSDs is gotta be voids and lightnings. They're so overpowered because you can stun people and then immediately zap them before they even have time to react. In this clip I wanted to show how good coordination can go a long way in PvP, and one of them had flown away and got separated from their friends, so I knew this is the guy we had to prioritize. My friend said that he was going to hop on the gig, so I immediately picked him as soon as I seen him hop on. He wasn't able to bite, and I was able to pick him off and we were able to get the free kill. When countering Elevanes or OSDs, the element surprise is going to be your best friend. If your opponents don't know that you're even there, it's so much easier to kill them. One thing this guy did make a big mistake doing was cryoing his Giga before he picked up all the loot. He cryoed up his Giga and then started picking up the loot, and it made it so much easier to attack him. If you leave a Giga on neutral right above you, there's not very much people can do to counter it besides pop a Giga or a Rhino. If you're countering someone that's running a drop solo, the best time to counter them is when they're overweight picking everything up. The reason why this is so good is because if they're wearing a tech suit and they cut out, they're not able to just double jump away. They physically have to tech glove in the air, and that gives you a few more seconds that you could either hit them or tech rifle them. The reason why I always say wait for the last person to cryo is because that's going to be the person that's least prepared. A lot of times their friends are going to leave them to get their loot and dip, and if you can catch someone by themselves, it's so much easier to counter. Opportunities whenever you're countering OSDs can go by quickly, so it's very important to close the distance before you engage with someone or let them know that you're there. Best way to do this is by hiding behind rocks or hiding in bushes, so that way you could crawl and get closer. Sometimes when engaging the enemy, there is no best option. The best way to do it is just kill them with the least amount of risk possible. Best way to do this is to try to get them when they're not paying attention. When you do engage with someone, you want to try to kill them as quickly as possible so that way they don't have any time to react. That way you're able to get their tame and everything that they got from the drop. If you want to counter an OSD with the least amount of risk possible, I would always recommend pre-netting a void and lightning and then killing them that way. They're the most consistent and ideal tame for this style of PvP. If you're trying to use a wyvern to counter OSDs, I would recommend always using a bone skin and staying super high in the air to the point where they're barely in render. It's very hard to see whenever you're on the ground, and a lot of people ain't looking straight up for enemies whenever they're cryoing their tames to leave. When you have the option to go after multiple people, it's always best to focus one person. Confucius once famously quoted, "He who chases 2 rabbits catches none." The reason why this is super important is because if you're going after 2 people, the odds of you getting them is way less likely. When going after one target, you're more likely to secure the kill, and when you do, you want to make sure you can get out of there as quickly as possible. Make sure you secure the bag, get what you need, and then get out of there before they kill you and get it all back. Countering OSDs can become very easy once you learn how to eliminate risks and know when to engage. This will come with practice, but once you learn from your mistakes, you're able to tell when the best times to engage are and how to engage with the least amount of risk. If you found this video helpful or learned something new, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Let's try to get this video to 100 likes, and I'll see you in the next one. I put the new 4Gs on the G. I grab into the bloody bottles underneath, 'cause all my niggas got it out the street. I keep 100 racks out my jeans. I remember